Let's have a look to see the messages that Spirit wants to bring to your attention. We're going to be looking at what happened in the recent past. So what happened in the recent past? Let's see what card you are receiving. You're receiving the Strength card. So in the recent past, Spirit is saying that for some of you, you have needed to show up really strong. Even though you might have been going through challenges, even though you might have been feeling weak yourself, you had to show up strong. You had to exude this strength. And Spirit is saying it is time to understand that your guides and your ancestors are asking you to take a break, asking you to give it to them. You know, that saying, Lord, take the steering wheel. That is the vibe that I'm getting from that card. So why have you had to be so strong for so long? Well, let's have a look to see the next card that you have. You now have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is saying to you, there's a sense of you abandoning your hopes, your dreams, to show up strong for other people. What do kings do? Kings have to protect the castle. It has to protect the population, right? The kings have to make choices and decisions that might not necessarily serve them, but it is for the greater good of everyone else. Spirit is saying to you again, even though you are the crowned royalty in your life, even though you are the king of your castle, Divine is saying that it is okay to take time to ask yourself what you truly want, instead of always putting other people's hopes, wishes at the forefront. What do you want? Because when you get truthfully and real about what are your hopes, your wishes, and your desires, Spirit is saying that it will be much easier for your guides and your ancestors to guide you instead of wrestling with you, right? Let's have a look to see what else is coming up. Two cards have come up. First of all, let's have a look at this one. Interesting. Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about fighting, right? The Six of Wands is about going to battle, but coming back being vindicated, coming back being celebrated, coming back as the hero. But remember what we're saying in this reading. You've had to show up strong, to fight for what you needed, to fight for your family, to fight for your loved ones, to fight maybe to put your own feelings to one side so that you can show up for other people, right? So that your kingdom can prosper, so that other people can have their cake and eat it too. But there's a sense of you betraying yourself on behalf of you sacrificing your hopes and your dreams. Six of Wands, even though other people are celebrating you, fighting for them, other people think, wow, you know, it's amazing. Spirit is saying, but what about you? Are you celebrating yourself? Are you celebrating how you show up in life? So before we go forward, guides, guardian angels are saying, take that magic wand, right? This is the wands. This is what they're all about. It's about taking that magic wand and asking yourself, what do I want to build? How do I want my empire to look like? What do I want to fight for? Instead of putting my hopes and my desires to one side, how can I actually show up truthfully and honestly for not only your future, but also for helping yourself realize that you don't have to betray yourself all the time for other people's comfort, for other people's gains. Maybe you're a parent, maybe you're a caregiver, and you have to put your needs to one side. Spirit is saying that there's a call for you to be balanced on how you're showing up. I love that. As we're talking about showing up for other people, right? Like I was saying, you are the caregiver. You are the one who's doing the healing for other people. You're the one who has to show up strong for other people, loving other people. You're the one who has to be lighting other people's candles all the time. Divine is saying now is the time for you to realize that you don't always have to be the strongest person. You don't always have to be the hero. You don't always have to feel like you have to present yourself as having it all together, right? Like the kings have to present themselves like they've got their ish together all the time. But Spirit is saying, what is truly going on behind that facade, behind that strength, behind what you think you have to show up like in your day-to-day experience. Divine is saying that there's a sense of you perhaps burning the candle at both ends. And there's a calling in this reading for you to understand that you cannot carry on burning that candle from both ends. At some point, you feel tired, exhausted, and burnt out. So there's a calling on the cards for you to go and perhaps do your inner child healing, right? Perhaps for you to face your shadow self, asking yourself why you have to ignore your own needs in order to allow other people to step or stand on your shoulders. You don't always have to lift other people all the time. So Divine is saying that make sure that you are not pouring from an empty cup. Make sure that you are not burning the candle at both ends. Make sure that you're bringing a sense of healing. And this is going to be really important over the next couple of weeks, even days for some of you, over the next couple of months. There's a healing journey that is here. And if you don't stop and listen, okay, if you don't stop and analyze the message that is here, this is when that burnt out feeling is going to be playing out. All right, there definitely is queen, royalty type of energies that are here. You now have the vibes of the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is saying to you, it is time for you to take a moment of introspection, right? It is a time for you to listen to this message and to analyze your life and to reflect on where you've been strong for way too long. And as you make that reflection, you're going to start seeing that, yes, if things don't change, you're going to feel exhausted, burnt out. And for some of you, there just could be even a feeling of resentment that will start building up because you've just been doing too much. You've just been showing up and you've just been neglecting yourself too much. So this is the message that your guides and your guardian angels wanted to bring to the forefront of your mind. Okay. Like I said, Six of Wands is a warrior that is coming home, being celebrated, being vindicated. But at what expense? What is the price that warrior had to pay? So this is the vibes of the Queen of Swords asking you, what is the price that you had to pay? And do you want to carry on paying that price in the future? Or is it time to do things differently? Because you cannot carry on pouring from an empty cup. Eventually, you get tired, exhausted, and burnt out. So that is the message that I have for you. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And on that note, I'm going to see you in my next video. It is a goodbye from me.